Hey, friends out there in internet land. I have been streaming as I draw. Usually that's on paper with pencils, pens, brush pens, and what have you. But I also like to publish my comics in physical forms, and I'm working right now on next edition of Attempted Not Known. This will be Attempted Not Known number 12. So, in order to publish a comic, there is a step that I need to take where I get it into the computer and scan it and clean it up and do all that good stuff. So that's what I'm going to be working on today is cleaning up a few of the pages for the upcoming Attempted Not Known number 12. And you are going to be seeing it first. So without further ado, let's get into it. Ta-da. Okay. Got my handy dandy stylus. And the first thing I like to do is uh, let's see, go through and make sure that I'm, let's see, a little bigger. Get rid of these some overlaps here. This kind of detail work, sometimes I use a mouse and sometimes I use a tablet. And today I'm kind of doing a bunch of different things, one of which is to use this pressure sensitive pad that I can hook up to the computer. I kind of hate to show this part of the process because it really shows how messy and dirty some of my originals are. But this is going to be printed pretty small. Whoops, I didn't like that. So we are just going for it. It's okay if this fence looks a little jaggedy, since that's the point of the story. The point. Aha. So, and actually, while I'm doing this, so this is the book I've got my originals in. So you can see it's drawn fairly small as well, and I have all these notes to myself on the bottom of each page to show you where the mistakes are. Let me find a good one. So for example, in this one, you can see there are these little marks on the side of each kind of the margin of the drawing to show the things that I want to fix later. So when I'm doing this process on the computer, I like to just take a look and make sure I'm not missing any of the changes that I wanted to make. The point of this streaming this work online for me is that it keeps me on task and kind of gives me somebody to talk to. I can talk to you while I'm working on this. And I'm hoping that it makes you feel like you've got somebody to hang out with also. I hope it just doesn't come across as like an unnecessary Zoom call. I did this before. I streamed actually a big drawing session where I was working on a page that I had already done rough pencils for, and I was working on tightening up the pencils and then inking. And um, I had really been procrastinating that page a lot because uh, the place where the action happens on that page has a lot of foliage, a lot of trees and shrubs, and I felt like I had gotten into a rut with drawing those specific trees and shrubs where I didn't like how they were coming out, so I was procrastinating inking that page because I didn't know how to solve the problem and make them come out the way I want them to. And actually, getting to hang out with you and talk it through, I was able to solve the problem. And I think that the trees and shrubs on that page are the best version of those trees and shrubs I've ever drawn. So, getting to hang out with you, have somebody here to bounce ideas off of, actually was incredibly helpful. All right. Boy, there are a lot of little mistakes here. A lot of things on this page to, you know, wave our hand about. But I should point out that this is actually this is going to be printed so small. This whole picture is only going to be I think 2.5 inches tall, something like that. So we can be very forgiving. Although I do want this wheel to look round. And let's see. Problem really starts this far back, doesn't it? Does not have to be perfect, but it has to be believable. As I was saying in a previous drawing session, the purpose of a drawing is not always to be like, oh wow, that's so amazing. Sometimes the drawing is just there to support showing the events that happen in the comic. And in those cases, the drawing should kind of get out of the way. Let you see what's going on. But not necessarily be in your face. All right. So this one, I want to just widen this whole wire here. Okay, not bad. We're getting there. I think that these pieces of the chain link fence are really kind of important, and they're also where a lot of the problems are on this page. But not all, clearly. I was a little bit informal with the title lettering in this book. As you can see, I didn't rule the lines or anything. That's all right. It's not bad. Could be worse. If we do that. Maybe I want to continue this bicycle fender here. I believe that this title page foreshadows everything you need to know about this story. Maybe it gives away too much, but that's okay. It's a short story. I'm kind of not sure why I didn't continue the rendering the bicycle wheel below this top bar on the fence here. You know what I mean? I think maybe I thought it would be too busy. If so, I kind of agree with my past self. Good call. It's the other interesting thing about drawing these pictures like this is that you don't have to show everything. What you do need to show is enough. And only enough. Okay. Sometimes I'm not sure where I was going with this. So this is this, okay, this is this connector pipe that goes with this. All right, so we need to connect this better. And kind of pull that out. I see what it is that I'm trying to show that the pipe has a hard boundary on this side because, whoops, because it's a different piece. Whereas on this side, it's just a contour. So, okay. Maybe I'll do it this way. And let's see, like this. See, this is incorrect. Let's get this right. This shouldn't be this complicated. You know, I keep thinking I should be using the drawing pad, but I've gotten so much more comfortable with these controls, mouse and keyboard. This is the top bar of the bike. Okay. Sometimes these corrections take a long time and sometimes they don't. This one is proving to be a little bit more than I expected. Not so bad when you consider computers are amazing. And you might notice that I'm not always working to remove every single little dot or mistake, and I'm not working hard on making everything perfectly smooth. That's okay. Once we get this down to the small size that it's going to be published at, all of these little imperfections just kind of disappear. You know, we gotta get rid of the ones that will remain noticeable, obviously. Okay. What do you think? It could be worse. The question is, do I want to color in the letters? I don't think so. And then do I want to... No, I think that's fine. I think this is fine. I think we can call this done. So I'm going to crop it as much as I can. Crop to content, yes. And then let's see, whoops. See if we can crop it even just a little bit more. Yeah. Excellent. We're going to overwrite the existing file, and then I'm going to scale it. So let's see. We're doing 5 inches, and I'm going to do 72 for a very basic web thing, and then make it a PNG. We're done. So the web version of it, see, all those little imperfections don't matter. All right, let's do the next page. So I do think I intended to color in these leaves. So let's do that. Let's make sure everything is, oops. Make sure that the black area is closed, and then, good. So this needs help. We'll figure that out. Let's see. I wonder what I can do to make this panel more attractive. Maybe it's fine as is. Maybe I just thicken up some of the lines. So let's figure out what we can do with this face. And for this, I am going to switch over to my handy dandy pressure sensitive tablet. Okay, so let's make this a little bit, make this head a little bit better shape here. Whoops. Don't like that. There we go. That's better. So we will just shave those down a little bit in a second here. Okay. I mean, there's just so much here that's kind of not quite right. Let's bring this eye in. And let's do that. So the ear really ought to be somewhere in this area, I think. And this should be something like that, right? Then we're going to have to, let's see, the neck. Well, don't want to make my neck too thick, since I'm supposed to be a little kid in this comic. Yeah, I might have to go in and clean this up with a smaller brush, but I might just be lazy. You know what I mean? Just do it like this. I mean, it's really going to come out so small on the page. That is so much better. I feel like we should do a screen grab so that we can see the before and after, but maybe not. Maybe it's enough just to move forward. Let's see here. The problem with this pressure sensitive tablet is that it treats the whole screen as one area, so it's not great for this fine control. You might have noticed that I was struggling a little bit with the shape of the hair, and that's why. It's because this tablet is not as much of a scalpel as you would think. But look how much nicer that is than it was. And we can sort of make these trees and leaves and things a little bit more expressive here. I don't know. Do we like this or do we not? We'll have to do it all the way around, I guess, if we like it. So let's see. I can actually use it to cover up some of these little spots that come in from the scanning process. Look at this hand, man. There's so much to clean up on this one. Sometimes my original artwork is so clean, and sometimes my original artwork is so filthy like this, just full of garbage. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I feel like it should be better than this. Okay. Gosh. Just a mess. Just a mess. These are the secrets, folks. This is what you gotta do. I mean, it's still a little clumpy, isn't it? This is not the bike I learned how to ride on. It's not my first bike. I used to get bikes stolen all the time. I think I need to show the other piece over here. It's still not very clear, is it? But it's fine. All right, let's see if we can make sense out of this. How is this even a hand? Just move the fingers a little bit to make them make sense. Hands are hard to draw, but come on. This is ridiculous. It shouldn't be this crazy. That's a bit more reasonable. I mean, all right, what is that? That's okay. Let's give this arm another side. This is supposed to be a hand grip, I guess, huh? Well, that's fine. That's a lot better than it was. Let's go through and I think maybe I was uh, trying to make this tree look the same as my hair in the picture. If it's not clear, I drew this a long time ago. Now, this is one of the projects that has languished in a drawer for a long time. I don't know if I like any of this stuff here. Maybe I do just make it look like this. What do you guys think? It's thematically kind of nice, but it doesn't look like a tree. Maybe that's all right. Yeah, let's do it. Why not, you know? And while we're here, we can just sort of smooth out some of these weirdnesses here. Get rid of those random spots. I think this tree only appears on this one page. So, if this is a good decision or a bad decision, it is a decision that we don't have to live with everywhere. You know what I mean? All right, that's a little strange, but I kind of like that it's a little strange. All right, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a butt lift here. That's just way too saggy. And what else? A little bit of cleanup on the fence. Bring this front tire forward just a little bit. Maybe strengthen that up. Sometimes you get problems when doing the erasing part. Things go away. Now, what am I going to do here? You see the problem, right? Where this line has to come out. And then all the other lines have to move. So that's annoying because that is going to take a little bit of work. Let's see. How did I miss this? All right. Now we can just take these sections out like this. Pretty nifty, huh? While we're down here, I want to throw some emphasis on this flash here. Sharpen it up. Okay. That's a little better. Okay. And what's going on here? This is the edge of this. So we're just gonna clean that up. So much to clean up, man. Okay. So where do we want to put this? We want to put it approximately here. And not make it too even. Don't want it to look too much like it was done in the computer. It can't be totally helped on this particular equipment. I don't have this brush set up for pressure sensitivity, so I can't get those nice sculpted lines as easily, but it's okay. Because if I didn't tell you and you didn't know where to look, you wouldn't see what happened there. So, all right. I think what I'm going to do to fix this up is actually I'm going to color the fence in like this. That will let me emphasize the action. There, look at that. Not bad, not bad. I mean, there are a few things worth cleaning up here. But overall, this side might be kind of closer to done. Just take that whole thing right out. What do you think? I think we can let it go and move on. All right, so just crop to selection and crop to content and overwrite. And then we're going to scale it down to 5 inches at 72, which I promise you is not too small. I promise it's okay. I've done this before. I know in this modern age, 72 dpi is a crazy resolution, but I promise it's going to be okay. All right. Outies. Should we do one more? Yes. Yes. Okay. Well, one obvious thing to do is give this some hue here, right? what I'm doing with this. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Not bad, not bad. I think this is gonna work out. Let's see. And we can clean up some of these intrusions over here where the lines crossed more than I wanted them to. Do, do, do. Thumbs up. Oops. And that's probably okay. Let's smooth that off. Uh, I guess I'll connect this. Um, I feel like with this one I got so lazy. Or I was inking really fast, like making really fast lines with the brush and not being really diligent about where those lines go. And uh, maybe I should be thinking about how to darken the hair up a little bit. When I was a kid, I always wanted to have black hair like my dad. Uh, Now I have kind of dust colored hair, and I like it just fine. Some people have no hair. I kind of like how crazy these eyeballs are. So I'm not going to fix them. Maybe I will. Just do that. Okay, all right. Okay. These things could be worse. Could be worse, could be worse. All right, so what are we going to do with this really strange looking nurse? I mean, the face alone, it's just very weird. Okay, we will fix this problem. First of all, maybe we can make the ear a little smaller. I feel like I was maybe trying to go for a Wilma Flintstone look. I don't know. Um, it's a little bit better. And geez Louise. I mean, seriously, what is going on? Let's get rid of this other eye. Bring that in. A look of sympathy. A better face shape. Fix the schnoz. Okay, okay, you know, see, we're getting there. I think the hair should be a little farther away from the face. I don't know what's going on with this. This is just awful. Let's fix this. I don't even know what I was thinking. Let's do a real hairstyle. So, okay. We have some kind of a bun if we want it. And we can just pull that off like that. Boom, ear. Okay. Um, all right. Take that out. Uh, it's a little better. I mean, it's not the best picture I've ever drawn, but it is also not the worst. You know what I mean? Okay. Well, I mean, so this is going to be the tricky part. Is I want to separate the background from the foreground here, and it means that I have to go through like this uh, and put white lines around all these parts of the fence, and then I'm going to have to go back through and fix the fence. So it's just a tad annoying, but I don't see a better solution. So it would be just like this. And this. Let's see how how we like this. Is this working? I don't think it's bad. Could be worse. I mean, isn't that what it's really all about in the end? Could be worse. Let's see how the effect is. Oh, yeah, that's better, see? All right, let's do this with the rest of them. Luckily, not all of the stories in this project actually have a chain link fence in them. So, you know, not everything is going to be this much work. I just have to stop and not do this work. I don't have to, right? Right. So theoretically, here, um, here, there. It really is helpful to have you here to talk to, so that as I try to figure out these problems, I can talk to somebody about what approach to take. It really helps a lot, actually. So thank you for watching. Okay. This would be so much harder to do if I didn't have a computer. All right. So let's see how much more. There's a couple of them up here. This one. Well, let's see here now. This I need to do this to first, right? Yeah, it's a little bit gimmicky, but I think it's the right approach. And then we've got some stuff over here to fix. I thought this looked so good when I was just looking at it on the paper, and I did not realize how much there is to fix. There really is a lot. So get to work. I wonder if it would be easier just to go inside each individual square and then not redraw it. Let's try that for a few minutes. Maybe. Yeah, it's possible. I'm not going to change that one. Yeah, okay, we can do it this way. Less stuff to fix later. Case in point, right? Egad. I wonder how much of these I'm going to miss and forget, and then let this go through the whole process. Build them, bind them, make them, send them out, and then take a look at it, feeling all happy, and realize that there's some egregious errors. Can't be helped. Some of my favorite artists, when they publish their comics, all kinds of crazy misspellings and stuff like that. All right. One, two, three, four. Two, three. One, two, three, four, five. Don't have to go all the way around if there aren't lines on every side. Be interesting to know if it's more interesting to watch the penciling and inking phases, or if this also is interesting. This part is very interesting to me because I get to catch all these little um, mistakes or decisions I want to change, or just places where things can be improved. I actually find penciling often very stressful because that is where I'm starting with a blank page and trying not to fall into old habits. Oh, yes, not bad. I don't hate that. You know what I mean? Hmm. However, there's something about this page that, well, maybe cleaning this up will help. It just doesn't quite feel clean to me. I don't know why I let this get away like this. It just seems like such a mess. I mean, I think I know what I was going for. But I think sometimes what happens is that I get confused or lazy about what something really looks like, and I kind of just wave my hand and go, it's just make some lines. That's a bad habit. I think a lot of people have that habit. You would think if you realize that you have a habit, you could change it. But that is one habit that has been very difficult for me to change. All right. Look at this. Look at that. Just all these extra marks over here. You know what I mean? Just a shame. All right. You know, just trying to get this page to the point where I don't hate it, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect, but I don't want to look at it and go, oh yeah, I should have fixed all these things. All right. I don't feel like this line adds anything. So goodbye. Okay. Jumpin' Jiminy. I think one thing that I said during my previous session was doesn't have to be perfect, but it does. When you look at this picture, you have to believe that it came out the way I wanted it to come out. I did these things on purpose, and it worked. You have to believe, even if something doesn't make sense to you, or you don't like it, or you don't understand it, you have to be able to look and go, oh, well, um, I think that's what he meant to do. Maybe I should look again, you know? I don't want you to look at the page and go, oh, I wonder if he meant to do that. That kind of sucks. So those are the changes I'm trying to make here. I think we're getting there. And just bringing a little bit of separation between the foreground and the background. That could be worse, you know? I mean, it was worse. one thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to take this text and just move it over a little bit, like so. So it's not so crowded, and so that I can just make this E a little better. There. Much better. I like it. Cut and print. All right. We will overwrite page 3. And then once again, we're going to scale it. We're doing 72, 5 inches wide. And we're going to save this as a PNG for the web. And I think if we do one more page, we will have done this whole story. Yep. All right, this is not so bad. There are some things to clean up, but it's not so bad. I mean, this line could be a little bit more disciplined. And this line could connect. And this one, we're either going to make fun of my chest or we're not. So let's do it. There we go. Fine, fine. And this one, just don't want that to look like a stray hair. See, by giving this a little bit more definition, we can emphasize the curve of the arm and the bend in the elbow. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll just thicken this slightly. Okay. And then give the scar a little bit more room to breathe. Right? Right. And maybe just make this line a little thinner. And take away this little protuberance. I mean, I don't know how this got like this. It's just sloppy inking is what it is. Fine, fine. All right, what else can I do? Let's even out these eyes. The trouble I have with the eyes, this comes from the brush that I use. I really should start doing the eyes with a pen so I can get a nicer dot. I insist on using this brush pen, and it makes a little weird shape every time I try to do an eye. And then we'll make the nose not so droopy. Okay, a little better. And then get rid of this little Quentin Tarantino jaw here. So subtle. Get rid of my weird lump and my front weird lump. Yes, this is how I look, and that's how I draw myself. Got a problem with it? You know, I think that's it. I think we're done. So I'm just going to crop a Rooney. I have been procrastinating quite a lot on this project. And having you here to talk to and help me work through the challenges and problems has made it possible for me to move forward. All right, I think that's it. I think we did it. So thanks again for hanging out with me, and catch you next time. All right, thanks. See you around.